So we got the Bastahds versus the Byzantine Bashers. And starting with the Bastahds, it's a first season Skaven team. They have their Claw Palmer, which is nice. They got Mighty Blow Tackle, which is helpful. He's close to getting Palm, or ideally Claw. 2 solid Vermin. You've got a Blodge Step Guard Gutter Runner, which is really nice. He pairs nicely with this Sacker here, Wrestle Dauntless Strip Ball. Got basically everything you need, just want Tackle on him. Tackle and horns, maybe 2 heads. Retriever Gutter Runner with Block and Big Hand. And we have a Movement 8 Horns Wrestle Gutter Runner. He might wind up finding some use tonight against this Chaos team. More so than the Strip Ball. I'm rounding it out for Kick Lineman and 14 total players. 1600 TV, nice and trim Skaven team. No lineman bloat. 3 rerolls and an Apo, and this team went 12-1-1. Sorry, 11-1-1 in the regular season, and of course won their last Challengers Cup game. It's pretty rare you see a team get 11 wins in a season and not qualify for playoffs, instead finding themselves in the Challengers Cup. It's a testament to how good his division was. And he will be playing against the Byzantine Bashers. It's Toast Guy versus Toaster Bait. And Toaster Bait is a 2-season team who, what I noticed when I was checking the teams out before, their first season they went 1-3-9, which is abysmal. And in their second season they completely turned it around with 7-2-4. There's something to be said about first season Chaos, but going from 1-3-9 to 7-2-4 is a feat. And it's a solid team. 3 guard on the Chaos Warriors, 1 Mighty Blow Claw, 2 Mighty Blows, and all of them having block. Solid Chaos Warriors. You have your Palmer, you don't have Claw on him yet, but we've got a Claw Mighty Blow Blitzing Beastman, who's also got guard. It's just a nice little piece. It can do whatever you need it to do when you need it. We have another Strength 4 Beastman of guard, Mighty Blow block, plenty of block on this team. Our Sacker Beast. Plenty of guard as well. This is a 5 guard Chaos team. 6 guard Chaos team at 2020 TV. Going to be giving up 400k to Ro32. That's a lot of inducements. We're definitely going to see a wizard. We'll probably see a bribe. And that's 250. I can never remember Skaven star players. Maybe Skitter? Or, we have Claw already on this team, so we probably don't go Glart, although Strength would be nice. It's not an easy choice, or, these inducements. Let's pop on over to Cabal TV. There's another game starting right now as well. Another Challengers Cup game. If I can find my tab, there we go. Which is Farm Animals vs. Breakneck Rampage over on True Boo's channel. In fact, that's going in the title. I'm curious. I'm going to go and look at the Chaos's record versus Rats. Okay, they lost their most recent game against Skaven. This is the Rat Street Boys. This is before this piece had tackle, which is important. It's pretty important against a Skaven team. But they won their other game against Skaven 2-0. You can't look at that game, but... Oh, that looks like it might... No, it's not an admin one. I just can't see that game for whatever reason. But yeah, they've won their most recent game, or they lost their most recent game against Skaven, which is noteworthy. Let's see if we can look at them, see what kind of caliber they are. Oh god, it's actually a lot of work to go find those guys. Let me go to ReBBL.net. Oh god, it's loud, I'm sorry. There we go, Rat Street Boys. The Rat Street Boys were a slightly better team than Toast Guy's team. And he lost 1-2 to them. But I think he has more tackle now. That's definitely a more recent level, and he didn't have this tackle when he played him. So I don't think he had any tackle for that game, which might explain why he lost. Still not seeing anything in their chat. So I'm not sure who wants what entirely. I think the Chaos wants offense first to try and kill some rats, but at the same time they might want to take defense first to either 2-1 grind them and try and kill as many gutter runners as they can before they have the ball, because that's going to be the threat for losing the ball, obviously, is the gutter runners. And then yeah, with 2-1 grind they score on turn 8 and turn 16. And they force the rats to score quick. Bastahds, I think, might want to defend first. They'll have the wizard and they'll have their full complement of gutter runners, so it's a better chance of getting that quick touchdown and steal. Toast guy saying that he is online in Blood Bowl, but he has not heard from his opponent yet. There's no easy way to look at that on ReBBL.net, I think. Pretty sure Rel's doing alright, though. I know we're doing very well in the playoffs. I remember seeing those numbers get spread around. I'm trying to figure out who is doing well, what division now, because I'm not looking at a spreadsheet, I'm just looking at ReBBL.net. I know I've seen a spreadsheet passed around though, so I'm also trying to find that. I just spent like a solid 30 seconds looking at a game on ReBBL.net only to realize it hasn't been played yet. I was trying to figure out why it wasn't showing me a score. Yeah, I think Rel is the... I think Rel has more. Okay, there we go. Toast Guy's saying her off. And he has... Just going with a mercenary instead of a star player. Now we wait for a game to show up. I like the DP loner choice, since he doesn't have a dirty player. And I'll make a big difference with a bribe. And there it is. Where is it? There it is. Rat Bastahds and Byzantine bashes. Alright. Let's see. Back up to a coin toss. But it looks like the Chaos were defending first. No, I don't think we're gonna get a coin toss. There it is. Okay. I think that was, when it shows, I think that was the Chaos choosing to defend first, which I like. So we can fast forward through the setup as much as it'll let me. It looks like he's benching one of his Mighty Blow players. Looks like he's trying his best to have all rookies on the line. It's the one thing of his Chaos team, and it does not have many rookies, only these two. Everybody else has some kind of skill. It is also important to note it doesn't have sure hands, which makes that strip ball really important. And it'll definitely make this player a target for the Chaos. The Rats also, with taking that dirty player, have a 15 rat bench. 4 deep. And Toast Guy's smartly putting his Mighty Blow on the guard. I'm not sure what'll happen with his blitz. He might choose not to take a blitz with this guy and instead go after someone who he doesn't knock down on the line. I wouldn't hate going after one of the Mighty Blow warriors, though. Because the Claw isn't really going to do very much against your line rats. Or your Vermin. The Vermin are armor 7, armor 8. That's a difference. But I'd rather get rid of guard where I can. It's a nice high kick. He can step back one and catch that ball. I expect if this guy doesn't get removed, he's going to get fouled this turn. This block guard beastman. And he is going to get powed. I almost would have liked to have seen him take this hit first, so you can push him there and then push the guard guy in here for a better foul. It's a nice stun for his troubles as well. With the Gutter Gunner taking that hit, A, it leaves him exposed unless he moves the screen up to this line. And B, it makes me feel like we're going after this guy with these two line rats free and the Claw Palmer stage right here. We're going for the far guard player. Don't get our knockdown. And this guy can back up to safety. There is... No, there is not a blitzable hole here. Never mind. It looks like for a second, because these two players are so spread out, there might be a hole there, but no. I suppose there would be for elves. Here's our last knockdown. I suspect we follow this and position for a foul. Yeah. This guy can run up here, and we can foul from this square for 2 assists on the guard. For Rackler way back here, the ball will be safe pretty much wherever he puts it. The only wrestle tackle on the field, there's only still the 2 tackle players on the field are going to have to be kept very safe. because they are going to be incredibly big targets. And if if Toaster Bait loses the wrestle tackle piece, I think he might just lose the game off that. Because the other tackle is movement 5. That's not a send-off on the armor, it's a KO, which is nice, we got one. And it's not a send-off at all. If I'm Toaster Bait, I blitz him in the face with the Mighty Blow Warrior and back him up, I think. Because now you have nothing of value up here. Yep, he's going to step in and punch him in the face. And there we go. That is, what? 50, 100, 130, 140k in inducements removed in a single block. In exchange for losing his block guard Beastman. That's a pretty good trade, I'd say. It's also some SPP on a warrior. Yeah, it feels pretty good. It's a great start for the rat, for the chaos. Getting rid of that rat. Would have been good if you could find some way to get some protection up there for him, but it definitely would not have been easy. It's almost kind of why I would have liked to have seen him take the splits or push him that way. If he'd been pushed over here, then we could have had an assist here and an assist here and fouled from here, and the dirty player would have been safe. If he'd taken that block and pushed that guy up there and then pushed the guard beast over one instead of pushing him up. Chaos setting up the best screen they can. We could see a suicide Mighty Blow hit on one of the tackle players. But that'd also involve exposing our guard Gutter Runner for the assist, so it's not likely. I think our blitz is going to be on this warrior here again. The rest just need to be careful not to get too boxed in. Because, I mean, the Chaos are kind of look like they're giving him this position, but they could immediately move this, like, Z kind of shape up and to the right, and suddenly the rats are pretty stuck. And they have to go back and reset and lose a turn of progress. Alternatively, we can just do rat things and run through the tackle zones anyway and not care. Part of me also wouldn't hate Magnifer here. Just chilling back here and quarterbacking. Right now he's safe from anybody. He can get marked, but that's not the biggest concern when you're IG4 dodge. But we're gonna run up, and it looks like we're gonna take this right side. We're gonna blitz this guy and push up the right. We're running away out there, which I like. And it looks like, yeah, we are going to blitz this guy. I wouldn't hate seeing this guy come out here as well. And yeah, the rats are going to be able to take a lot more land than I thought they were. Movement 7 line rats. It's so good. Yeah, the rat's getting a nice stretch now. And they should have no problem getting into a touchdown next turn. That, I think, has to get rerolled. This guy doesn't have sidestep. He could make a hole here potentially and get on the ball. It does get rerolled. We do have our knockdown. We're not going to follow it up because we're next to a piling on guy and we just use our reroll. But it's still Claw Mighty Blow. That does nothing. So yeah, I wouldn't hate seeing this line rat go like up here maybe. Just to keep these guys stuck and maybe give the rats room to run around and spread out a little bit more in this top right corner. Because they do risk right now getting stuck in this tiny little sliver. The first dodge failed. Stunned the line rat. This guy's gonna get punched in the face. Doesn't get knocked down though, and suddenly he's a nuisance on this left side. Freed up these two though. He chose to take a hit with that guy instead of taking a hit with this guy for a potential of a follow-up. Not quite a sack on the ball with these guys. But I think what we're going to see is a hit on the strip ball piece now that he's been exposed. I think we see this Mighty Blow tackle piece come in and try and get him. And you're willing to reroll that GFI for such a valuable hit. For sure. Yep, down he comes. No, up he comes. He's going after a Mighty Blow tackle vermin. And another 1 in 9 on a block. This might also get rerolled. This player isn't niggled, but you still don't want to leave him based on a Mighty Blow piece if you don't have to. It is rerolled. He is knocked down. And he's removed as well. 2 successful blocks and 2 removals for the Chaos. Claw doing its thing there. I would have preferred to have seen that hit on the strip ball gutter runner because he is the bigger threat to winning the game. That Mighty Blow tackle player might do some damage, but that strip ball gutter runner will win him the game. Hit between him and the big hand piece. Since he doesn't care about where a ball scatters to. If Toast Guy decides he wants to score next turn, it should be fairly simple. Dodge this guy out and run to the end zone, and have a big hand player come out and throw a pass to him. With these 2 line rats where they are, he shouldn't be able to get a very effective screen that covers the entire sideline. Unless he throws a ridiculous amount of GFIs that are reroll and makes all of them. So instead, we're just going to mark the crap out of these guys. I expect next turn will be a Claw Palm Blitz, and if he's going to score, it'll be piled on. And if he chooses not to score, then... well, I'm not entirely sure what he does. I think he's going to need a score of how heavily he's based here. Unless he can make a hole around this guy and get into midfield here, he might be able to stall out another turn like that, but it's not easy. So I think the play here might be dodging this guy out for the assist. And blitzing with a Claw Palmer on this Rackle piece, because that Rackle piece is also a very valuable target. We are going back, which tells me we are going around. And Toskai not interested in a quick score. Claw Mighty Blow having a bad game, though. Piling it on. We do find our injury, but that might leave him a little bit out of the play for next turn, and potentially he could find himself surrounded by Chaos Warriors, which is never a good time. I would like that pile on if it was in conjunction with him scoring this turn, but there's a tackle player in the way now. Yeah, we are running off to the end. He is still going to be in range of the Chaos players, but we can screen off here with Gutter Runners, and I think we might wind up having to score next turn as a result. What is scary is this rookie is right here, and the Chaos have a very big bench. They could go and foul this guy, and if he gets removed, that's huge for the Chaos. When the Rat's a game, that is. This piece is super scary and can make the Rats snowball. Rats who are getting removals are hard to stop. Soul Reaper, thanks for that follow. How you doing, buddy? Rats with very ridiculous speed, running from there all the way around the Chaos players with only one dodge. We do still have a not too difficult sack here. The Strength 4 guy, once he gets cleared, can get 2 dice. This is 1 GFI. That's going to make it a lot harder, of course, because now that's an extra tackle zone in there, so it's a 4+ for a 3 dice hit. Without tackle, but what can you do? This guy could also try it on a 4+ for a 2 dice with tackle instead. But our Rackler is way off to the far side, and he's not going to be able to get involved in any sacking. And this would be an ideal spot for him to be in if he was more midfield. I'd take that 4+ of a Rackler any day. It's a very likely sack. And we're going after a strip ball piece. And we're finding a POW. It's Mighty Blow. Armor 7. A break. And a KO. This won't get Apo'd, but it might convince Toskai to score a little bit quicker, especially as now this guy is going to get pretty heavily surrounded. He is a Gutter Runner, so he can just back up and probably score from there. But it does make things scary. There's a foul. With 2 assists, to stun and a send-off. Finding a removal of his face. And I believe that's the only other rookie goat that was on my pitch. So I don't expect to see any more fouling from Toaster Bait. Yeah, that's it. We shouldn't see any more fouls. The Rats have 3 removals. The Chaos have 3 removals. I think the Chaos have the more quality removals, though, with 3 very important players to the Rat game plan. Eight versus 8, though, I think still favors Skaven. Oh, tackle does its thing. We gotta burn for reroll. And it looks like we are going for a score this turn. As long as we don't snake this, we're good. And it's one out of escaping. The Chaos have, I believe, 4 turns to respond. For a movement 6 Chaos team, it's not the easiest in the world. But some KOs staying out and make this easier, and the strip ball stays out. That's huge for the Chaos. And that's with the Babe too, so you expect them both to come back. 66% chance. Which means if the Rats want to stop the score now... Oh, did they not take a Wizard? Am I dumb? Hold on. Yeah, it is a Wizard. Okay, I'm just dumb. Sweltering Heat, what does it take? It takes Veracle, and it takes 2 Chaos Warriors. And for the Rats, it takes a Line Rat. This is going to make this offense really hard. With just 2 Chaos Warriors, missing Veracle piece. I think we're going to see the Wizard this half. Toaster Bait has 5 turns, okay. Math is hard. A bit of an unconventional Protect 5. Bunching them all up back here. The Rats are fast enough that this doesn't really matter, having them a little bit further back. It could be a thing if there's a blitz. That 1 square movement could make a big difference there. We'll see how heavily Toaster Bait screens off the front of a pitch. I wouldn't hate to see this Palmer go after the kick piece. Because he's going to have to play another offensive half right after this drive. Removing kick from a Rat team is a big deal. Rats with kick are super scary. I say you put this Mighty Blow piece on here instead of the Palmer, and you have the Palmer ready to blitz at the kicker. We also don't have very much of a screen on the sideline, so the Rats could, say, kick short left. Which, let me switch to the offensive view. They could kick short right, and suddenly the Chaos aren't able to respond. Or at least, they aren't able to secure the ball on a blitz. And it is a deep kick. It is as far back as we can go. I would have liked to have seen that kick be right here instead, so we don't have to worry about a scatter out. This is likely to be a touchback. Say 5 out of 8 chance of it going out. That's why you kick from right here instead, because there is no chance of a touchback using the kick skill. Always leave that extra square. And let's see if he gets lucky. They each get an extra reroll, very helpful for the Rats, and that goes out. He chose to take the touchback, I believe, there, because we didn't see it bounce out. It instead just went right out. I wonder if he timed out on that choice. You can see the Byzantine Bastards' fame saving them from being down a reroll, or being even on rerolls, rather. Giving him maybe a little bit of greed in their rerolls. Palmer doesn't find anything. Strength 4 Beast doesn't find anything. Does open the hole to go hit the kicker. Third line hit finds nothing. 3 blocks and 6 pushes. Finally finding a knockdown. 7 pushes and a POW. But not finding the break. That is rough for Toaster Bait. We do get the important knockdown on the kicker though with Mighty Blow, and he's okay. Unlucky for Toaster Bait. You usually expect more out of a line of scrimmage against Armor 7, with every hit almost being Mighty Blow. And with block. That was like, I think that was 8 pushes and 2 knockdowns. That's pretty abysmal. The ball can't get all the way to the chaos screen here. He's going to have to play it a little bit further back. This guy might want to come back a little. Unless he's going to GFI, which I do not like. He's going to have these 2 players protecting the back, and that's it. This guy's not even really protecting the back. He's just off to the side. It looks like we're gonna Claw Palm the Claw Mighty Blow Warrior. Remove one of the 2 Claw on this Chaos team. In he comes, down he goes. We'll follow this up. And we might pile this on. We don't need to though, that's another Chaos Warrior out. That is 1 Chaos Warrior left for the drive. For Toaster Bait. And I believe... How many players does he have now? He doesn't have 11, that's for sure. 4, 5, 6, 7... That is 8 players left for the Chaos. Versus a full complement of players for the Rats. With almost all of their positionals just missing that Rackle piece. Or rather, that Strip Ball Wrestle piece. Toaster Bait does not have a Gutter Runner in scoring range right now. But what he does have is a Gutter Runner in range of getting out of range of the Chaos player. It's a nice stun, but he needs more than that to even the numbers. It is piling on. I wouldn't hate piling that player on, although with the Bribe in play, it's a little scary. Instead, we're going to throw a Claw Mighty Blow hit at the Vermin, who's just injured a Chaos Warrior. And we're going to find our POW. We're going to find our break, and we'll find our casualty. I wouldn't be surprised if this got apothecaried, and it is because of the minus armor value. But the Apo wants him dead. So that's the Apo gone for this Rat team. On turn 5. With a full complement of Gutter Runners still out on the pitch. Scary stuff. We have at least removed 1 Claw Mighty Blow piece, but there is still so much Mighty Blow on this Chaos team. I think we might see the Bolt this turn though, as he's committed pretty hard to that hit over here. Yeah, this has been a brutal game for sure. Yeah, I don't see how the Chaos protect the ball that well this turn. Because 3 players are tied up over here, 1 dude's over here. We can kinda screen off over here, but it's not going to be very effective. I think we either see the Wizard or we see the Wrestle Horns player coming for the sack. With the guard player swinging around. We're coming back to cover a dodge, maybe? We're going to put a ball in here. We are out, but that is a pretty easy ball to get to for a gutter runner. I would not be surprised to see a wizard. With the guard right there, it means the best we're going to get is a 1 dice. Unless we dodge in here. And that doesn't sound too great. There is the fireball, which was largely ineffective. I do not like that fireball whatsoever. That was you bolt and you blitz whatever tackle zone it scatters into. It is enough, yeah, it'll get us our blitz on the ball. But we could have had the ball down and these gutter runners could have been busy retrieving. We're going in with a Mighty Blow tackle instead of a wrestle piece, finding pushes, re-rolling it into more pushes. That's why you bolt ball carriers and don't take 3-man fireballs. I did not like that play. With the Chaos cage, or a screen rather, it wasn't even really a cage, so loose. Just getting the ball on the floor with that big hand player meant you could blitz your way in to whatever player it's scattered next to. You can get him with big hand, and you can pass it off to this guard gutter runner, wherever he is. I think he was right there. You probably could have taken his 2 dice to clear him up, and then pass to him. I mean, he would have been home free. And there's another touchdown. That's 2-0 at the half. And that's a very likely win for Toast Guy. Now, I think the Chaos are going to have trouble scoring this half. But they won't have trouble stopping the Rats from getting the ball. There's another line rat bites the dust. And this is getting ugly. We have our pick here with our Mighty Blow tackle piece of which gutter runner we want to punch. I think I'd like to see him go after the guard one. You either go after a guard or you punch this guy down and go after the wrestle piece. Instead chain pushing with a vermin to get the ball carrier forward. He's still marked twice though. We'll have to take a block of a ball carrier to totally free him, which is kind of scary. Or we just take the dodge, which is not fantastic to me. I suppose that was tackle basing the ball, but I think we could have cleared that. I wouldn't be surprised if you throw a 1 dice sack of this Wrestle Horns piece next turn. There's another casualty. A useless line rat. Not even a Mighty Blow player, too. Just a casual armor 7 casualty. And suddenly, the rats have gone from, I believe, 11 down to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 8 versus 8 now. How quickly the tides turn when your team is full of Mighty Blow and with Scathe in our armor 7. There is no guard here. We could throw this 1 dice. The recovery won't be great, though. In fact, the recovery will be pretty garbage unless you get a lucky scatter over here. And then this guard gunner runner can run down and the big hand can pass to him. On a wrestle, though, that could be a disaster to recover. There's a combination of poor luck last turn on that 2 dice reroll and a poor decision on going with a fireball instead of the lightning bolt that's got us here. I like keeping the kicker safe back here. I honestly wouldn't have hated him just running back into midfield in like a safety kind of position to make sure you have him for next drive, because he is very important. Oh, it's tackle. That's for reroll gone. That might not be the reroll gone, actually. No, because he's not going to score next turn. There's going to be no one turn for Toskai. Yeah, we throw the reroll here. Where is he headed, though? Is he headed out to be a scoring threat? No, he's heading back to help screen. Fair enough. So with that decision, it looks like we'll be going 1-0 into, or at least the Toskai will be going in to the next half with 1 touchdown. We'll see if Toaster Bay can get the touchdown in for himself. I personally think it's going to be a lot to ask for him to get a touchdown here. Vermin's out in the screen. Just got 2 more line rats to try and get out. And I think with that player moving, we're not blitzing. Instead of just focused on getting out. And we're leaving these 2 where they are. So how do we get ourselves to score a touchdown here if we are the Chaos? It looks like Toaster Bait's answer is to go through the right side. With that knockdown, we can get around and blitz the kicker if we so desire. With Palm even. That's not a bad hit. That is a crazy, crazy good piece for him. If we come and take this hit with the Beastman, I'm going to be sad. I think we're going after this Gutter Runner instead. Yeah, we're going after the Gutter Runner instead. I like that hit as well. But no damage. We do have a little hole here. Ooh, that's how I want. We do have a little hole now through the middle if we wanted. I don't recommend going through it too much, but it is there. We could see this Beastman run up and screen up here. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's screening on the other side, but... that is a potentially sackable ball. That side doesn't have guard. I think we see a sack this turn. Well, I mean, I say that. I think we have to because he's in scoring range without a GFI now. This isn't going to be a particularly hard sack either. It's a 3+2+ to do it with this guy with block tackle, or a 3+2+ to do it with this guy with just wrestle. I think I'd do it with the Vermin. You slot the guard guy in here, and you go for a sack with the Vermin instead of a Gutter Runner. Because it's through tackle, so you're not going to have a reroll for a dodge anyway. Unless we say, I don't think I need to recover, which is a bad idea, and we use this block big hand Gutter Runner as an assist here. No, because then that's a 1 die. That's not too great. We have our guard in place. I think doing it with a Gutter Runner here is tunnel visioning on, this is a Gutter Runner, I need to sack with it. When Vermin has the same odds, and if you find a knockdown, there's a good chance to injure it compared to this Gutter Runner. And we're moving the big hand, which tells me we're going to try and move him and sack with the Gutter Runner. I don't like it. Especially when it's a 1 dice against no block. This is still, it's just 1 3+ now instead of 3+ 2+. But we have no recovery anymore. So the Chaos with their reroll can just go and pick up a ball. But they don't need to because we didn't find a knockdown. Unfortunate. And we've also just made this the easiest chain push in the world. We can just blitz his Gutter Runner like that, and if we find our knockdown, we push him out. And if we don't, we take that hit and push him away. This should be a pretty easy score now for Toaster Bait. I didn't think he would get the touchdown this half, but he's proved me wrong. And there's another POW on the Big Hand Gutter Runner. It's a break, and we've KO'd him. We have our Babe, luckily. But the Babe kind of failed us already this half by not giving us our strip ball. If we had our strip ball, then the Rats scored. Period. Now it looks like we're going to do it without our blitz to clear this Gutter Runner off. And we have our POW. So that's the ball clear, and that is the Chaos scoring. There's still a couple blocks left to take if they want. I wouldn't hate taking this palm hit. And we are, and we're finding our knockdown on the kicker. We have our break. It's only a stun. Kicker holds strong. And the ball is out of there. 1-1 going into the half. The sweltering heat is going to be a big deal here. The KOs for the Rats are going to be an even bigger deal. That strip ball piece needs to wake up for them to have a chance at this game. Because otherwise the Chaos is going to kill their way down the pitch. And there's not going to be much Toast Guy can do about it. Because they'll be getting 2 of their Chaos Warriors back for this next drive. The guard Mighty Blow ones. The actually scary Chaos Warriors. And only one comes back. I think that's a strip ball guy, which is good. But now we're not going to have our recovery Gutter Runner. This Babe has not been very helpful for the Rats. Not what you want to see. The Heat takes no Skaven out. And it takes out 1 Chaos Warrior and the block Mighty Blow Beastman. So again, we're playing with 2 Chaos Warriors this drive, but they are pretty much direct over upgrades over the last 2. Three, 6, 7, 8, 9 players for the Chaos. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players for the Skaven. But they are, of course, missing their removal drive in these Clawpalm Vermin who's eaten an armor bust, which is ugly. I'm a dirty player lineman. We do still have our bribe. We haven't seen much fouling out of our Rats, but the bribe is still there for use. And every player currently on the pitch for the Chaos is a valuable player. It's a shallow kick, looking for that blitz. And we have a riot instead. It's a very shallow kick. But Beastman is going to have to make a GFI to go pick it up. The ball carrying Beastman. Down to 9 for the Rats. A good knockdown. Stays on the pitch. One more Mighty Blow hit to come here. We're going for a pickup first, so 2+, 3+. We're not going for a pickup this turn, unless we're picking up with his block boy. Rats don't have recovery, so tackle zones are effective on the ball. With that big hand piece being out for a drive. No break there from a guard player, but it frees up our Mighty Blow to go after a valuable target like this kicker here. Hitting with a Strength 4 instead for 3 dice. It's not even 3 dice because it's a line round he's hitting. Why not hit with the Mighty Blow player? Maybe a misclick? No reason not to hit with this guy. Because even you can still get him safe after a hit. I don't like that. Yeah, there's no reason your Mighty Blow player couldn't have done that. Still wouldn't have broken armor, but the principle of the matter. There's a failed pickup. You gotta reroll that. It is overtime format. We have snaked it, but the ball scattered inside of our screen. We could see the Skaven try to scatter it, or just go for the straight recovery. But without the big hand gutter runner, that's hard. If we still had the big hand gutter runner, then that snake gives the Skaven this drive. But sadly, the KO, or the Babe rather, has failed us. Twice now. And we can't see the KO rolls because of all the sweltering heat rolls, but both drives, if we had the gutter runner we were missing, then the Skaven score a touchdown on their defense. That is almost guaranteed with the rolls they had, if they had the right players for it. But yeah, that Babe's just not working out. That Vermin's not working out either, finding that pushes. We do have our hole open to get to the ball, but it's in 3 tackle zones, making it a 5+ pickup. We could also just throw sidestep onto the ball, should we desire. And I'll make it a bitch for the beastmen to get. And might open up an opportunity for us to retrieve the ball after. It would also, if we start dropping players in here, cut the Beastmen in half from the rest of our Chaos team, splitting them 4 and 5. Expect Toast Guy to be keeping this Skaven Gutter Runner here very safe. We're going for the pickup. The 5+ is not good. This might not get rerolled. It is getting rerolled. And it is not good. It's in fact a 1 and 9, and we've given the ball to the other end of the Chaos players. The worst scatter we could have gotten. Had the ball gone in any of these squares, it was still relatively okay because we have this sidestep piece here who just got powed. It's not Mighty Blow at least. And he's okay. I wouldn't hate seeing the Palmer go after this piece over the Claw Mighty Blow piece. And having that tackle go and deal with, being able to deal, rather, with Gutter Runners. We are going to blitz with a Claw Mighty Blow, though. We are not going to find our knockdown, but we can push him onto another Mighty Blow player. And I think we're going to see a foul on this Gutter Runner. Probably from this block Beastman. That's not a knockdown. We get one more shot with a block Beast Boy to push him away from our team. Since he chose to take the both down rather than push. And that is good. That is, in fact, 2 POWs. Twice as good. I wouldn't hate throwing him in between the 2 guard Chaos Warriors here. It's exactly where he goes. We don't find our armor break. But we do have here a potential for a pretty safe ball. As long as we can pick it up. We are going to be caging up in here. And we do have the ball in hand. We have guard on the corners as well. So there's going to be no easy in and sack, but we do have Dauntless to hopefully stop a 3 dice. Be a 5+ dodge in. There's no tackle here if he wants to pull the trigger right now. The Chaos put themselves in a nice little box here, though. If you wanted to be non-committal about a sack and accept that if it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world, we do have this Wrestle Gutter Runner available, which wouldn't be nearly as likely of a sack, but would put pressure on him. I'm personally in the camp of get your team out and regroup and prepare for a better sack in the future, because for obvious reason, Toaster Bait isn't going to want to score early in this drive. He's going to want to try and wait until turn 16 and force Toast Guy to 1 turn with what he has, which hopefully won't be much, and right now it's not much. We've lost a lot of players to these rats, even with our inducements. Now, is this a surf I see? If we get this push, and push him in there and follow it up, or not follow it up rather, and take this push, put him there, not follow it up, and then we can get in and surf him off the pitch. It'll be pretty dicey though. Let's see if A, Toast Guy sees it, and B, Toast Guy decides to take it. Yeah, exactly. It would move all the remaining rats off to the sideline, which is scary. Yeah. It would be a big commitment, which is the scary part. But we are already putting our rats on the sideline here. We're going to have a very flimsy screen at best in front of the Chaos this turn if we're trying to screen. That's a 1 dice skull. And that's a lot of base rats now at the end of that turn. Nearly every rat is going to get punched this turn, between the bases and the blitzes. That's not Mighty Blow on the Vermin, at least, which is good for Skaven. That's one of the more important players right now. I expect that one of these 2 Gutter Runners is going to get blitzed by the Claw. No, I didn't even realize that guy was open. He is open and he is hit down with Mighty Blow. But he's alright. Toaster Bait knows just how much of a threat that Gutter Runner is. There's another casualty. Bringing the rats down to 8, I believe? 4, 8. Yep, 8 rats versus 4, 9 Chaos. That ball is pretty safe since the strip ball piece is on the ground. And it looks like we're going for this nuisance of a player. We're just going with the Horns Gutter Runner though. No Mighty Blow. It's a wrestle down. I would love to see a foul here. If we can move this guy out of the way, we can bring him around for a foul. And that's a huge player to remove. We have our bribe, and we have not been using it since the dirty player got hurt. And there is a foul. We're just going to do 2 assists. We're not going to do the 1 dice or the 2 dice for a 3. We find our break. We don't find our removal. Yeah, he'll foul anyway with 2 assists. Yeah, which is still good. We are still going to take the hit though. And we are going to find our knockdown. And try and save these 2 rats, I imagine. Nope, we're just going to lay on the ground. I wouldn't have hated trying to dodge out this vermin at least, to position him for future Mighty Blow hits. But I understand being a little bit worried about that. Unnecessary armor rolls and all. We do have a hit on the strip ball piece, but we're just going to go after the rookie instead. Do some chain pushing, save our boy. And probably kill one of theirs. I imagine this gets piled on unless it's a KO. And that is a stun. He's not going to pile it on. Showing some restraint. He did use Mighty Blow on the armor, so I guess I understand not piling that on. I just thirst for death. That is a potentially not safe ball. The strip ball is way back here, but he's a gutter runner, so we can get around to that. This block guy needs to go and screen up here, or this is a sack just about every day. With his guard piece as well, we can get 2 dice on him. Wrestle coming in. That's good because now there's tackle on that. It's much more difficult. 5+ without dodge. We could go like that, but that's going to be, if Dauntless fails, a triple red. Which now with that guy being there, we don't want to do. Yeah, so I don't think there's a sack anymore unless we go in for this 5+, which I don't really like. Toaster Bait almost left that open though, which is very scary. Dodge skill used. He is safe. He doesn't necessarily need to dodge anymore. We'll see what he wants to mark with him, if anything. For a blitz. I think Toast Guy just needs to take a turn to try and get his gutter runners free, or get his players in general free. Because with not standing him up for that last turn, these two guys are now behind the play. And the rest of his team is boxed in here. I think Toast Guy has some kind of 5D chess plan with this turn, though. And I don't quite see it, but I feel like it's going to involve some ridiculous chain push with his mess of players. No, we are just going to go punch this guy, okay. That frees up the rest of our players to get out. I don't like putting him here, though, and you could have placed him over here and he'd have been safe. He wouldn't be based on anybody for another hit. Sure, he's Blodge Step, but this is also a piling on player. This is Mighty Blow piling on. You don't want to be based against that unless you don't have to. Except he's going to hit him, that's right. I forgot that other guy was not activated yet. There we go, okay, I like this a lot more now. Ooh, and we're going for a foul. I really like this. The Horned Rat doesn't find anything, sadly. The Stun Kicker. We still have this line right down here on the floor, but that's okay. Probably. I'd be pretty surprised if this strip ball piece doesn't eat a blitz this turn. It'd be one GFI to do it with Palm for 3 dice. No GFIs to do it without Mighty Blow, but instead we're just going to go around this angle and hit the wrestle piece. And knock him down with our not tackle player. This is Mighty Blow. It's not niggled, but it's still scary. He's okay. So my guess then would be we're going down and into this area. We'll slip around like that. And suddenly the rats are behind the play. Almost entirely behind the play. Where, depending on where he puts this ball, this could be scary. There is sufficient guard around it. Is there a way in from here to here? No, it's just 2 4+. You just go around the other way. We could go around like that if we wanted. That'd be a 3+, 4+ versus just a 1 5+. And if we fail with Dauntless, it'll only be 2 red instead of 3, which is a big improvement. In fact, we can even get guard on the ball with just 2 dodges. Yeah, you just take those 2 dodges and you're on the ball. You're both through tackle, though. But then that's just the same odds as throwing a GFI. Oh, I'm a 3+. Well, you move this guy and it's not 3+. I wouldn't hate trying to pull the trigger here, because this might be the last opportunity he has. We're not going to do it. We're just going to punch this strength 4 guy, clear up some rats, and hopefully screen up. It was a nice little stun. Hoping for more there. If that was a Mighty Blow piece, it would have been more. But our Mighty Blow Vermin is stuck back here on a block Beastman. Yeah, we are going to get a screen out in front, but I don't think the rats have enough players to be an effective screen. With 2 turns, I don't think Toaster Bait will find it difficult to score. And with the way things are trending, with Sweltering Heat also in play, there is a good chance we don't see the 1 turn from Toast Guy. If Sweltering Heat takes effect on the rats, and the rats keep getting removed, if the Skaven or the Chaos Raver find a few more removals, this could be ugly. They might not have enough players for a movement 9 1 turn with sidestep, which is not easy. The 1 turn is easy, not having enough players for it is not. This also is shaping up to look like a weak screen, since we've used our blitz on that player. We'll have to make this dodge. We have to make that dodge. Or we're making a GFI of this guy. There's a nice little 1 dice pal. We'll pin this vermin against the wall unless we remove him. So another knockdown. This probably gets piled on. Nope, it's a KO. We don't pile that on. You take our removals where we get them. A 3+4+ for V hit for a sack. Unless we can get around somehow. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, bam. Can the guard get in to help? Not really. But we can still make it a 1 dice with a couple extra rolls. And a good scatter there, we might be able to even get the ball out and punt it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, bam. So the way you do it is you take these 2 dodges first, because those are necessary. And if you haven't used the dodge skill, you take this dodge instead. Because the 3+ of a reroll is going to be more likely than the 2+ without. And he is going for it. First dodge is good. Second dodge is good. We are taking the GFI. It's good. Dauntless is good. Block is double skulls. You hate to see that. That was Toast Guy winning the game. That is so unfortunate. Yeah, that hurts. That's a 2+ the sack right there. And we've snaked it. That was the rats winning the game right there. Because this player here could get into scoring range if he got the ball. Well, it's not necessarily even winning the game, but it's the Chaos not winning the game this turn. So now they'll run the ball in. Maybe they take a greed hit. It's a 3-die hit. I don't hate it. We find our POW. The removal here could be big for stopping a 1-turn. But it's not even a break. So we run the ball in. And let's see what our KO rolls are and what our Sweltering Heat rolls are. It's all on this 1 turn for Skaven. For a Challengers Cup Dreams. Both KOs come back, the Bape finally doing its work. The Rats lose nobody. The Chaos lose 3. They will not be able to mount an effective 1-turn defense, I don't think, with these players. And the Skaven definitely have enough to make their 1-turn. I think this is as good as their 1-turn defense is going to get. Yeah, Alexia, strategic burning of the 1s. That 5D chess with the RNG seeds. I personally think you should put the Strength 4 guy on the line, rather than leave him out here. Because what guard piece that is doesn't matter. What matters is that it is a guard piece. So you may as well make the hits on the line a little bit more difficult with Strength 4. So without a leap player, this is a very difficult 1-turn. Because we can't find our push like that. And there's multiple, this is a dodge in here and a half die. No matter who you do it with. Maybe a 1 die because of his guard guy, actually. Who is going to be the 1/1 turning. Since he has the sidestep. Oh wait, I'm done. You don't need to put a player in here. Just leave that gap, of course. So you push him in like that. We get our push there, and maybe get our push there. Okay, that's not a difficult 1-turn. That's not that difficult. It's not an easy 1-turn, but it's not going to be that difficult. I would prefer to see the blitz come in from this angle, though. Although it is guard there, so never mind. You aren't going to find that 2 dice as easy. So then you switch these 2 and you go down this side. Because then you would have a 2 dice on his first hit instead of a 1 dice that it looks like it's going to be. Bribe means nothing. Rats didn't even use their first one. Touchback means a lot, though. That's some dice removed. So yeah, I would have liked to have seen this guy switched over here. Switch these guys around. Because then you can get rid of this assist, you have your guard on this guy, and suddenly you have a 2 dice on this Chaos Warrior instead of 1. Because this is looking like a 1 dice. And Toast Guy is working out the logistics here. Maybe realizing he should have been on the other side. And make this much easier. No, it's a Dauntless fail. We do have our 2 dice because of a Dauntless though. We have our push. We rolled the Dauntless actually. Which I think we needed to do, otherwise it would have been a half dice and that'd be our 1 turnover. And that, I believe, is our 1 turnover. You don't have any way to push around here to get another hit in. Yeah, that's for 1 turnover. And that's 2-1 to Toaster Bait. Taking down the Toast Guy. Winning the Great Toast Off. An unfortunate 1-turn attempt. Burning the reroll on the Dauntless. I'd say you just go back and pass it off to, hand it off to Mange and throw a pass with him, try and get that level. Running back, going for a handoff. And we won't be leveling that Gutter Runner today. 2-1 to the Chaos. Congratulations to Toaster Bait. Commiserations to Toast Guy. And some decent MVPs for both sides. 6 breaks to 23 is pretty good. 22 to 44 is really good. 50% armor breaks is really nice. Nothing particularly dicey here. There were some 3 pluses and 4 pluses mixed in there, so those dodge dice are fine. Block dice are fine for the rats. I don't think so, Big Chuck. I was looking for that. I didn't see any way to keep him in position without throwing ridiculously dumb dodge dice. That is a lot of freaking POWs for the Chaos. Holy crap, that is a lot of POWs. Yeah, Big Chuck, I'd want to look back at that too, but I don't think that's a thing that could have happened. So yeah, nothing too ridiculous here. A fireball should not have been a thing. That should say lightning bolt. But most of the rest of this doesn't have enough dice to say anything's too ridiculous. Let's see who is streaming Blood Bowl. True Blues game looks like it's also going to be wrapping up soonish. So I think that is all for Rebel games right now. Who's playing Dwarfs? thank you for hanging out. And I'll see you guys next time. Hey, Toaster Bait, congrats on the win, bud.